We've been debating on the show over the last week or so where there has been a sea change this year and people are respecting the sport as it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I played for Aston Villa and I was in England, I was actually at the Euro final. I saw what it did for a nation there, and I saw what it did for women's football, particularly with the crowd attendance that we had later that season. So I'm hoping Australia has the same shift because, to be honest, women's football and football alone in Australia has been at the lower end of the pecking order. So I'd like to see it, to see it get right up there because we've got AFL and rugby over here. Not sure if you guys are too familiar with AFL, but it's really the sport of Australia. So, this World Cup needs to be the turning point. A major change needs to happen with the sport.
And look, Emily, Leanne was just talking there about the hostility that there could be in the stadium tomorrow against the England players. Do you think it will be friendly rivalry, or do you think there's actually serious hostility between England and Australia on the pitch tomorrow?
Look, to be honest, I mean, there's going to be a bit of, I think it's more friendly rivalry. I know that the girls, the Matildas are desperate to get their hands on some silverware. It's been a long time coming. We've always just come so close. Now this is the furthest we've ever come. I did manage to go to an England game myself, and there's still some passionate English here over in Australia that support the Lionesses. I know they're a big public figure. Like, it's going to be a big clash. Unfortunately, we're probably going to dominate the ticket sales, I believe. So it's going to be a friendly rivalry. A lot of the girls play against each other in the WSL. So, there's no unfamiliar territory there. There's no unfamiliar faces. So definitely probably our biggest game to date ever. So I'm just really looking forward to see how it pans out.
I agree. You're probably going to dominate ticket sales, but we'll be watching here from England and the UK. Yeah. And I know people around the world will be as well. Piers has been watching from the US, tweeting about it endlessly. Leanne, what is the pressure like going to play a team in its home stadium like that? You've played 50 caps for England.
Yeah, I played in 2 World Cups, and the last time we reached this moment was when in 2015, and we unfortunately lost to Japan. But I think the Lionesses now, after having that little bit of taste of silverware last summer, I think you can see against Colombia at the end of the game, they weren't celebrating. They were probably focusing. You could see no one was really running around the field. They weren't really focused on all the fans and the music. They were focused on the next game and the challenge that was ahead. And I think this game against Australia is not a foregone conclusion. I don't want to be that typical English person. Every time we get to a World Cup, we think we're going to win. We haven't won anything since 1966, a World Cup. So, with regards to that, it's always going to be difficult. But what I will say, along with what we were saying before, there's a lot of these players that play in the WSL and a lot of these players are familiar with each other. And I think that'll be something that will be a friendly rivalry. But I agree, it's a massive game for us.
It's going to be a good one. Look, both of you, thanks so much.